So Long Ago by JenovaWolfen. Chapter 1. The battle sounded all around me, a haze of shouts and screams and a certain evil director. How she ran for her life. I laughed in the face of death, in the face of evil itself. I wasn't scared at all. Max was fighting to protect the flock. Fang was fighting to protect the flock, and they all fought for the flock. Nobody fought for me. Now, I'm lying on the ground, surrounded by thick castle walls in Germany, and I'm dying. I'm going to die. Whoop-de-doo. I wonder how long it will take for them to notice my absence. 10, maybe 15 minutes? Maybe they'll just leave without acknowledging my death. My sides were thick with blood, caused by the deep gashes a robot left in me when it caught me unawares. I had grown up with the flock, but in a separate world, a world of loneliness and hate. Max always said I would be one of them, but she knew that beneath my long, black hair, tan skin, indigo eyes, and black wings, I was just another number. Expendable. Dr. Batchelder ran past and went to go help Max. Same old, same old. Ari had just died, and I was going to join him in a couple of seconds. It was painful, dying, but an oddly liberating feeling at the same time. Wow, it's taking a while for me to die. Alexis! A surprised Fang called out to me. Ah, Fang, the most handsome of the flock boys. I loved him, so much more than he could ever know. I was, after all, 16 this year, and he paid most of his attention to Max. You'll be all right. Fang cradled me in his arms. It felt good. He was doing what he was supposed to do. Take care of his own. I let her get me, Fang. I let Jansen get me. She succeeded in terminating another failure. I rested my head on his shoulders and felt myself drift off. You're not a failure. Fang's eyes teared up. Fang was starting to cry. How un-Fang. I want you around. Everybody does. We like having you laugh with us, Alexis. Don't go. He let some of the tears fall from his eyes. The next thing I knew, he pressed his lips firmly to mine, and I felt a small jolt of electricity work its way up my spine. When he broke apart, he looked at me as if he wanted me to say that I would be all right. I love you, Fang. I'm so sorry that we couldn't have a life together. Promise me you'll take down ITEX and save the world, I wheezed, barely able to breathe. Yes, I promise. He looked at me. You will survive this. Then the battle turned. Jansen was cornered. The flyboys were destroyed, and the castle was in semi-ruins. Max and the others saw me lying on the ground, and bolted towards me in what seemed like slow motion. I could imagine their feelings, gratitude, and other forms of it. Maybe they were sad. Maybe they did love me, and I had been looking at this all wrong. The revelation was crushing me like a heavy blanket. Oh wait, I was dying. I'm not supposed to feel absolutely peachy. And then the world just faded away. I could hear the shouts and screams of the flock, how they tried to keep me with them. I could vaguely feel Fang's grip on me tighten, and Max's hands clutched my arms. I was finally part of the flock. In the final seconds of the fading, one single voice stood out from the rest of the voices. It was Fang's ever so sweet, ever so smooth, and ever so sexy voice. Once I heard it, I repeated the words before finally the life left me. I love you, Alexis. Fang's last words to me were the words I had wanted to hear from him so long ago. Just a little one-shot for fun. Please review Love, JenovaWolfen, Chapter 2. I'm going to remake this one. I need to tie up some loose ends, and you people are hard to please, Jay. So please review Fang's point of view. The flock had just arrived at Dr. Martinez's place after a battle in Germany that claimed the life of one of the flock, Alexis. She had been with them since Jeb took them away from the school, and she was always the one to make everyone else feel better. We walked through the door, and the doctor immediately picked up on our vibe, depressed. We had lost Ari and Alexis in one day. That Mary and Jensen woman succeeded in killing another innocent person. Sure, Alexis had killed people before, in self-defense and in our defense, but that didn't mean she had to die like that. What happened? Dr. M asked us. I looked away and felt the memories flood back, holding Alexis while she died, the feeling of washing off her blood that had stained my hands. We lost Alexis, Max sobbed softly. She was wounded in Germany, and she died because none of us bothered to help her fight. Max looked ashamed that she had let one of her flock members die, including her brother, Ari. It's not your fault, Max, Ella said assuringly. We can bury her now, if you like, Dr. M asked us. We barely managed to nod. Jeb brought the bodies back with him, so they could actually be buried. How nice of him. Alexis's tan skin had lost its warmth. She was cold as ice. We lowered her gently into a coffin and then nailed it shut. I don't want to go into detail about the funeral. It was sad. We cried. A typical funeral. I was mostly angry at myself for not helping her sooner, for not paying enough attention to her. She was always in Max's shadow. I stomped into the house and slammed my fist against the wall. I stood like that for a couple of minutes. My hand was probably broken. Good thing Dr. M is a vet. Upon entering the kitchen, I noticed a video recorder. It was silver and had a small white note attached to its side. It read, "To the flock. This is for all of you. Watch it and, well, maybe you'll understand how I felt during the time we spent together. Love, Alexis." I flipped open its side to reveal the screen. I pushed play just as the others walked in. The recorder blinked to life and the audio kicked in. Hey. This was filmed somewhere I didn't quite remember. The others noticed me and came in to watch the recording. I decided against putting this in a letter because it wouldn't be a proper goodbye. I recorded this when the flock split up before we, Max, Angel, Nudge, Total, and I, went to Europe. Well, where to begin? She laughed lightly, her hair billowing in the wind. So, I guess I'm dead? Joy. I assume you are all sad, so don't be. I mean, that's life. I killed people before, and it was bound to come back to me. Angel snuggled into Max's side, and Nudge grasped my arm. Iggy was blind, but I'm sure he knew perfectly well what was going on. Gazzy was silent. He was hurting inside. Dr. M, Ella, and Jeb were standing by the door. Max? I couldn't read her this time. I had always lived in the shadow of Maximum Ride, the one that must save the world. It wasn't easy. I was excluded from the flock. You guys just didn't see it. You never paid attention to Alexis Vera. Well, enough about that. Do you remember when we sat in those crates at the school? I remember being next to Fang, being comforted by his voice. Then Jeb took us away, and after 4 years with him, I thought that maybe I had a shot with Fang. I convinced myself that Fang would never see anything in a girl like me. We all remember how she tried to cheer us up when we were feeling suicidal. How about when we flew to that cave? With the hawks? She smiled warmly and thought back on it herself. Her eyes were sad. How graceful you guys looked when you flew with the huge birds. I felt truly happy there. Just the lack of decent food bothered me. Or when we rescued Angel, how we failed miserably until Iggy and Gazzy brought the hawks to come save us. We fought for revenge. I remember accidentally killing that scientist when I roundhouse kicked her. My first kill. Remember how I cried and snuggled into Fang for hours? It was a horrible feeling. It still haunts me. I teared up. She loved it when I let her snuggle next to me. Now I know why. Actual school was really fun for a while. I kissed Fang in the classroom. Max saw, but she thought it was Lisa. My black hair is actually a dark red that shines scarlet in the light. No, I kissed Fang and eavesdropped on the conversation he and Max had when she scolded him for kissing some bimbo. Her laugh made us all shocked. She laughed. She must have had fun with us. We have so many memories. New York, getting Total, in the UK, in France, lounging at those deserted beaches, getting scared when we learned Angel could breathe underwater. I wonder if her mind control powers would get stronger. Please don't let her near the president again. Or any world leader for that matter. The moment that I really remembered, at the beach when Max kissed Fang, the day that I got really jealous and flew away for a couple of days, all that time I thought about Fang. Max, I hate you. I hate you with every fiber of my being. Angel, you scare me. Stop. Gazzy, blow up a couple of enemies for me. Iggy, you'll get your sight back. Just wait, it'll happen. Nudge, make sure that everyone dresses nicely. This is a big task, but you're perfect for it. Max, I hate you for how you made my life harder, but I love you like a sister. Is that possible? To hate someone and love them at the same time? I respect you. I look up to you. I admire your strength, but you need to let up on these guys. Let them have fun. The world can wait 20 minutes while you guys play. Take of Fang for me. He's all yours. So, to my flock, I'll miss you. I lived a great half-life with you guys. From the school to Germany, I guess we'd all go there after France, because I know you, Max. Just remember me when you get to the top, and I hope you have many fun adventures while you save the world. It was really so long ago that I was ever this happy. The screen flickered off. The flock dried their tears, hugged one another, and turned to leave. She didn't include me. I breathed. It stung that she didn't include me in her goodbye. Sorry, Fang. Max put her hand on my shoulder, squeezing my arm, and then left the kitchen. I got up, leaving the recorder as it was, and took 2 steps. Oh, and Fang? I immediately grabbed the recorder and stared at the screen. I love you, more than you can comprehend. Cheer up, emo. Wear some color for Pete's sake. Express emotion. You have such a beautiful smile, but you never use it. Change that. For me. So, go after Max. Live your life. I'm gone, and I won't hold you back. Sometime in the future, you might find that you doubt yourself, and I want you to remember that leaving the flock will not solve your problems. Face them head on. If you die, look for me. I love you, Feng. I would never exclude you. You made me happy. Just remember to take it easy on the ladies. I'm sorry I left so early. Left you so early. Help Max and save the world, and I promise that in 20 years or so, life will get easier. 20 years is not that long, Feng, Max said to me, bringing me out of my thoughts. Well, it feels like so long ago that the flock was whole. I sighed and stared and thought about Alexis.